The world of racing has seen many big names over the years, and it is not ending anytime soon. Many drivers have made names for themselves and have carved out their legacy in the ever-growing landscape of motorsports. This is the same story for current Ferrari driver Charles Leclerc. Don't go anywhere as we walk through the life and racing career of Formula One racer Charles Leclerc. Charles Marc Hervé Pierceval Leclerc was born on October 16, 1997, in Monte Carlo, Monaco, to Hervé and Pascal Leclerc. Charles is the second child of 3 children born to Hervé Leclerc, a popular racing car driver in the 1980s and the 1990s. He inherited his love for racing from his father Hervé, who took Charles to many racetracks when he was still young. Hervé was also friends with Jules Bianchi, another popular French racing driver, who also became Charles' godfather. He fell in love with motorsports at a very young age, and his father helped fuel his ambition to pursue a career in the racing world. Jules' father owned a racing track, and it became Charles' earliest playing ground, where he began karting at a very early age. At age 4, Charles attended his first Monaco Grand Prix, and in the year 2005, at the age of 8, he entered his first racing competition. In the next 5 seasons of the competition, he earned 6 junior championships in go-karting that were held in France and Monaco. He won 3 Parker championships held in France, and in 2009, he became a French cadet champion. In 2011, he joined the all-road management company, run by Nicolas Todt. In 2013, he entered the World KZ Championship and came out as the first runner-up. This turned out to be his final year at go-karting, as he entered the racing car sports in 2014. In 2014, Charles Leclerc entered the Formula Renault 2.0 Alps as his first year as a professional racer, in which he emerged as the junior champion, and a runner-up overall. His professional career kicked off pretty well, and that led him to become a strong competitor at the 2015 FIA Formula 3 Racing Championship. He won 3 races overall in the competition and finished 4th in the competition by the end of the competition. Even though he was still a rookie, his performance was great. In 2016, he entered the GP3 series, secured 3 major victories at the end of the tournament, and won his first major title in a racing car competition. Only within 2 years of his entry into the big leagues, he was already making a name for himself. Also in 2016, he was inducted into the prestigious Ferrari Driver Academy, bringing him closer to realizing his dream of competing in Formula One. In 2017, Charles Leclerc joined Antonio Fuoco in the FIA Formula 2 Championship, and he continued to display his special talent in racing as he dominated the qualifying round, and secured 5 victories even before the summer break. Before the middle of the season, he had won most of the races to clear his path to his ultimate goal, which was racing in Formula One. By the end of the year, he secured 2 more victories, leaving him as the unopposed champion in his debut season at the competition. Charles lost his father Hervé, who had guided him throughout his early years in motor racing, in 2017 to a long-standing illness, but it did not stop him from achieving success. Instead, it fueled his desire to become the best, as he wanted to make his father proud. With the way he performed, it was almost certain that he would enter Formula One. His dream of competing in Formula One came through, as in 2018, he was signed by the Team Sauber as a racing driver at the Formula One World Championship. It was the first time that a monegasque driver was making an official entry into the Formula One competition since 1994. At the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, he became the second monegasque racer to score a point at a Formula One championship, which was further a cause of celebration back in his home country. That year, he made a place in the top 10 at the Singapore and Russian Grand Prix. However, in Belgium, Hungary, Japan, and the USA Grand Prix, he could not finish the race due to either accidents or collisions. By the end of the season, he secured 39 points in total and ended up in the 13th position, which was, by no means, a bad performance. In 2019, Charles was signed by Scuderia Ferrari as their racer. It was initially announced that he would race for the team for only 1 season. However, it was later clarified that he would be with the team for at least 4 seasons. He began with the Australian Grand Prix, where he finished in the 5th position. In 2 of the 3 practice sessions, however, he had scored the fastest laps. Later, at the Bahrain Grand Prix, he had a minor accident that caused hindrance, but despite that, he ended up in the 3rd spot. Fans expected him to perform better at the Monaco Grand Prix, but he retired early from the competition, thereby disappointing his fans. He bounced back to the top by finishing 3rd at the Canadian and French Grand Prix. At the Italian and Belgian Grand Prix, he finished 1st in both, and for the rest of the competitions that year, he remained consistently in the top 10s. 2020 was not the best year for Charles Leclerc, as he began the year with the Austrian Grand Prix, where he finished 7th. Just before he could go for the Styrian Grand Prix, he landed himself into a controversy when he was seen socializing with his friends and girlfriend on his social media handle during the COVID-19 pandemic. He received a warning from his team, but he denied any wrongdoing. In the qualifying round for the Styrian Grand Prix, He finished at the 14th spot and also ended up colliding with one of his teammates during a race, thus getting both of them retired. He, however, took full responsibility for the mishaps. He went on to receive a red flag at the 2020 Italian Grand Prix after he crashed his car. Charles Leclerc struggled quite a lot in the 2022 Formula One season. Initially, he and Ferrari were quite strong and fought Max Verstappen and Red Bull for both championships. Following several strategic mishaps and reliability issues, however, their title bid was unsuccessful. During an interview with L'Equipe, he was asked about a potential move to Mercedes when Lewis Hamilton hangs his racing helmet. He replied that he is still very much loyal to his current team, and will continue to work hard with them until his contract ends in 2024. Charles Leclerc is Ferrari's star driver, and considering his dream of winning with them, he will most likely extend his contract at the end of 2024. He has always loved working with the Ferrari family and the future is still bright for him and his team.